Hello, welcome to the Moses TV. This channel is going to help you to grow a spiritual life. And when you listen to this channel, your life will change forever. God bless you, but don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more new video updates.
We have left our Christian virtues. That's why there's no more power. I grew up under the bracket of a man called Benson Idahosa. Maybe you've heard of Benson Idahosa before. That was where I grew up. We saw power, but he was the most unconventional preacher. Those who are now attacking pastors, if Benson Idahosa was around today, they would have attacked him. He has given some instructions that are very unconventional, but in his days we saw power. I remember one time they sent somebody, the president of our country, a young president, a military president. He sent somebody to bring down the church building of Benson Idahosa. Benson Idahosa said, nobody can bring down my church building. The man who entered the Buldoza to bring down the church building, as he climbed the Buldoza, they brought him out of the Buldoza paralyzed. They brought him out paralyzed. They put in the second one paralyzed, the third one paralyzed. So the president of the country said, a young president, military president, he said, what nonsense, they are going paralyzed. He said, I'm coming to Benin, I will climb that tractor, we'll bring down that building on Thursday. And Benson Idahosa said, that is if you get to Thursday. He died on Tuesday. Bishop was in a land that they gave to his church and was expecting it, and a man came. He said, this land was given to you? He said, yes. And the man said, over my dead body will you build the place? Our bishop said, may God answer your prayer. The man died. No power today because the church is divided. This is against that, that is against that. I want to give you counsel as a minister of God or a minister's wife. Focus on your assignment. Be too focused to notice what anyone else is doing. When people start talking about other people, it means they are losing focus. Don't be focused on what anybody is doing or anybody is saying. The assignment on your life is too huge. Do not delve into other people's assignment. If someone is deviating from the Lord, it is his own bone to swallow. It's his business with God. You make sure, don't start deviating because someone else is deviating. Focus on the assignment. We need the restoration of apostolic power. Listen, money can't buy impartation. Money cannot buy impartations. Impartations are the major keys, the breaking point of every minister. The turnaround in any minister's life is traceable to the day of his impartation. I was in Nairobi, Kenya some time ago. Our ministry prior to that time had seen so much of the grace of God, but there was one aspect I was believing God for, because of the way we are growing so fast, was in the area of finances. I give, but I was believing God for a level of financial outpour, because we're growing. Churches were springing up faster than we can ever catch up with. Faster. In fact, some churches will start up in some nations that we are not aware. It was growing so fast, so we needed finances. So I was just talking to the Lord about it. Father, Lord, bring in more finances. And the Lord said, you need impartation. I was in Nairobi, Kenya, and when I got to Nairobi, Kenya, my children there put me in a hotel, and they whispered to me that Bishop David Oyedepo just left this room. He stayed in this place. I said, I said, I'm not seeing, I told them, I said, I'm not seeing any of you today. Don't come here. All of you go. When they left, I lay down on that bed for 18 hours. I said, Father, this man carries a financial grace. Anything that has worked for him, work for me. I began to pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. I can trace our financial turnaround to that encounter. Pastor Benny came to Nigeria some years ago, Pastor Benny, and I was told he was in a certain location. I went there. I said to his protocol, I said, I want to see Pastor Benny. They said, sorry, you can't see him. We need to put you on appointment and the rest. I said, if you know what I brought, you will let me see him. They said, you can't see him. So I showed them what I brought. They said, come upstairs. So I came upstairs and I saw Pastor Benny. And I said, the Lord said I should drop this with you. He said, what? This is quite a lot. I said, I want one thing. Consistency. 50 years of ministry. Consistency. You must identify what you are looking for. I wasn't looking for the anointing. No, consistency. There are many who have been anointed. After 5 years they disappear. After 20 years we don't hear of them again. It's a consistency. I was privileged to meet with Dr. Mike Murdoch, and I said, I'm sowing this for an impartation of wisdom. You must identify what you are looking for. And there are people who have met with me and they identify